So remember, there are plenty of ways to do this. I'm just going to show you how I do it. I've seen a lot of people. What's up everybody, Joe here from Hard Hustle Printing, and what I want to do in this video is show you how I embroider the side of hats. So if you're interested in seeing the process on how I do this, stay tuned. But when it comes to doing the side of the hat, there's plenty of ways to do it. I've seen people use the standard cap ring that comes with the machine, and I've seen people have a lot of success whenever they do it. So for me, what I did is I did a little bit of research on how people were getting lower on the back of the hats and on the side of the hats. And for me, the Gen 2 cap station set is what I went with, because I saw a lot of people having a lot of success when they were doing that. So I purchased this right here. So when it comes to using this, you could do the back of the hat. You can get really low with it. It's got these little grooves right here, here and here, so that you can always find the center seam of the hat. You know, it has the lines in it, so you can find the center seam that goes through there. And then also, when it comes to doing the side of the hats, I've had a lot of success using these right here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you how to use this in this video, so that when it comes to embroidering the side of the hat, you can get pretty low with it. So what I also want to say is, before you go out and purchase this, make sure this is compatible with your machine, because I know like the smaller machines that are out there, these might not work for it. So check it, make sure that it's compatible and that it will fit your machine. So for me, I'm using the MT1501. I do have the 6 head also, but there's no use to use a 6 head if we only have one of these, right? So, and again, if you guys are looking to get into embroidery, make sure you guys go down below. There's a link down there to RICOMA. By you clicking that link and looking into one of the machines, it doesn't have to be this one. It could be any of the machines they have. It'll save you up to $250 by clicking that link, especially for you guys, all right? So let's go ahead and hoop a hat. So when it comes to purchasing the Gen 2 cap station, you also get this right here, which is what you need to hoop the hats, right? So we're gonna go ahead and slide this on here. You see these little grooves that are up here? There's 2 little rivets right here and right here. So you're gonna take this, simply slide it into place. Now we're gonna take our backing. I got the longer backing, so like if I was trying to do the front of the hat and the side of the hat at the same time, you're able to. But for me, like I said, it was just very hard. So you could either fold this in half, put it in there, or you could cut it in half. I'm just going to stick the whole piece in here. And if you look right here and right here, there's a clamp right here. You'll see whenever I put this in, those 2 clamps. So you see there's one here where you can see one of them, and the other one's on the other side. And what it does is it's going to hold your backing in place, so that you can now hoop the hat without trying to hold the backing at the same time. So we've already done the front of these hats. We used a 3mm 3D puff on these, and as you can see, these come out nice. So we're going to do the side of the hat. So there's different ways you could do this. You can eyeball it. I take one of our chalk pins and I just come in here and I try to find the center of this piece right here. So once I find where I want the center of it to be, I just put a line like this, and as you can see, there's nothing there, but when it dries, you're going to see a white line. Make sure you close your chalk pins, because if you don't, it's going to dry up. So there's our white line. And then what I'm going to do is I'm simply going to put the hat in here. This customer doesn't care that if we embroider the inside of the sweatband, because whenever it comes to moving this, I'm going to show you, whenever you're doing it here or you're doing it on the regular cap ring, it gives you a lot of issues of keeping it nice and straight. So whenever you try to put it on here, you're going to see the issues that we're going to have getting it underneath this. You can always turn this to loosen it. And once you get it in there, we're going to put it the way we want it. Here's what I'm going to show you, is whenever we clamp this down, you're going to have this groove right here that is going to, if it starts to embroider in the center of it and this groove is down, and as it starts to embroider, your groove comes out, you're going to get a crooked image. So what I do is I just leave the sweatband inside of it. We will then come here and line up our center mark where we want it. And the good thing about this clamp is it's got these rubber bushings under here. It's got them right here. And whenever you go to clamp this system, what those rubber bushings, you can just go squeeze it together. So we have it here. And now if you can look, I'm not clamping it underneath this clamping system, because again, it has these rubber bushing that's going to hold it in place. So I will move it to where I want it. Okay, so here it is from the top. As you can see, our white line is pretty straight with this bottom groove and this top groove, or this nub right here. So we know as long as our line's going there, we're going to have a straight line. So remember, we had loosened this up. So if it's loose, all you got to do is simply take this right here, spin it a couple times, lefty loosey, righty tighty, and when you get it how you want it, just clamp it. Then you can give your hat a pull on both sides, making sure this is still straight, and this is going to be nice and tight. So let's take this to the machine. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to load this on here. This only has 2. It doesn't have 3 like the regular cap station where it has 1 on the bottom. So same thing, you're going to take this, put it on there, and then you're just going to put it in place and listen for those clips to fall in. Once they fall in, you're good to go. So the next thing we want to do is we want to make sure that we are centered. So we're going to go ahead and trace our image. We want to make sure we're centered and we're as low as we want to go. So we're going to trace it. We're pretty low. We're going to move over just a little bit. Do our trace one more time. And we are good to go. So once you do all of that, you got everything ready. So once you do your trace, you know how low you want to go. Everything looks good. Your colors are set. Just hit start. So once it's done, you hear that beeping noise letting you know that it's done. We're going to go ahead, open this up now, pull it out, and then we're just going to come in here and rip off the backing. We're using a tearaway. So you got that out. Then we're going to take some scissors, just trim this stuff up, and then you can take a lighter to it to finish it off. Put our snap back together, and there it is. This right here is just a water soluble, and you can take this off with just some water. So here's a rag with some water on it. You just simply wipe it and it'll go away. All right, so that's it. I just wanted to show you guys real quick on how I embroider the side of the hats. Remember, I do the inside of the hats, but I always get approval before I do it from the customer. So make sure if you're going to do something like this that you do get it approved, or have some kind of software where you can go in there and send them a mock-up of what it's going to look like before you do it, so they can go in there and approve it. We are using YoPrint, so if you guys are looking for something to run your shop off of, there's a link down below for YoPrint. That thing has been a game changer since we started using it. I will do some videos on YoPrint for you guys later on and show you the processes and the procedures that we use whenever we're sending out quotes and mock-ups for customers, and they have to go in there and approve it before we do anything. Last, don't forget that there's a link down below for those of you that are looking to get into embroidery. While you clicking that link, it's going to take you to RICOMA's website. You guys can fill out the information. Someone from RICOMA will get in touch with you. But most importantly, by you clicking that link, it's going to save you up to $250 when it comes to purchasing a machine. So last, thank you guys for watching this video. Thank you guys for all the support. And until next time, keep pressing.